Hey, what is up, guys? Oblivious here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of something different, but real quick, we're just going to talk about the gameplay. The gameplay, real quick, is it's Advanced Warfare, and I'm just using the HBR A3 Insanity, which I just recently unlocked, as I made a whole video just about it, actually, I think like maybe 2 days ago or something like that. But this gun has been just doing wonders for me. I actually, at the very end of this game, I just barely don't get a nuclear or even close to a DNA bomb, honestly, because I was only using the only kill streak I was using that was actually like lethal was the Warbird, and I don't think it got a lot of kills at all. I probably got like 2 or 3 in the final life of the game, and I think I was on like maybe a 22, 23 or something like that when the game ended. So I kind of ran out of time. But if it would have gone on a little bit longer, I honestly believe I definitely could have got a nuclear if I maybe not even a DNA bomb my first ever. But the game ran out of time, and I was kind of pissed about it. But what we're going to be doing today is kind of a little something nostalgic and something also could be kind of current or modern or anything like that. I'm going to be going over the top 5 best weapons, according to me, and probably I would say according to a lot of people. At least they're going to, maybe not the order is going to be correct, but I would say at least the guns are going to be correct. It's going to be the top 5 weapons ever in Call of Duty like in Call of Duty, like all the games in Call of Duty, like the franchises and stuff like that. So I was really actually thinking about like which guns I should choose from each game, because I don't have to choose from every game. Like honestly, I'm probably not going to choose any gun from Advanced Warfare or Ghost, because I honestly don't remember one gun in my head that was really that good. Maybe it's just because I honestly don't really like the games that much. I don't hate them, but I don't like them as much as I like the old Call of Duty, so they're not as like memorable in my head or anything like that. But I would say there's no guns in this game. I mean, I could obviously say like the elite weapons, like they could be probably better than some of the guns in this. Like, so maybe like the Insanity or like the Speakeasy or something like that. But I still believe actually the guns that I have on my list are actually probably better than the guns in this game. Like I'm talking about base weapons though. So we're gonna jump right into number 5, which I was kind of torn between 2 guns in one game that were both very good. But I'm gonna say the MP7 from MW3. If you played the game, you had to use the MP7. It was probably the best gun in the game. That's the reason I was kind of debating it, because also the ACR was in that game, and that gun is good in every Call of Duty. That might be higher on the list in a different game, but we'll get to that in a second. But I would say the MP7 is the best, because if you wanted to like kind of do like a little stealthy game mode, you could just whip on a silencer, maybe like extended mags. You didn't have to use stock or anything like that because it's a submachine gun. Or if you just wanted to like completely go all out, you could just freaking I forget all the attachments you could use, but I know you always wanted to run extended mags. I know that because that gun literally had so much goddamn ammo, and the iron sights were actually pretty good. It was just kind of like a little square, like a normal iron sight that you would have, and the gun literally had no recoil if you put on like stock or toughness or whatever it's called in that game. I honestly don't really remember that much, but that gun was beast, and I probably got quite a few Moabs with it. I think I got probably like maybe like 10 to 15 probably just with that. I probably got a few with other guns, but I would say that's my favorite in the game, behind just very above, like just barely above the ACR in that game, because they were both good. But next is going to be the FAMAS from Black Ops 1, which I also, another game where I was debating whether which one of 2 guns which should be better, between that and the Galil, I believe. I honestly think there's some machine guns in that gun where like they were fun to use, but none of them were really that amazing. I would say the FAMAS was basically the best. It shot so fast and it did a lot of damage. The Galil did more damage, but it was kind of like the Insanity in a way. It kind of, I mean the HBR, it kind of shot slow but did a lot of damage. Like you kind of have that that takeoff in a lot of guns in Call of Duty. You have like one gun that does a lot of damage, but it's gonna have a slow fire rate, and then you have one gun that does not do a lot of damage, but it has like a super freaking high fire rate. So you're just like, oh shit, this is crazy. You have to decide which one you kind of want. In this game, I think the FAMAS was better because it had a very good balance between the fire rate was incredible for that gun. It would just blow people away. I recommend using I don't know if you still play Black Ops 1, but I think the dual mag or whatever it's called, so you could just reload quicker. That's the only thing I ran, and maybe silencer for that gun. Those are the 2 things I ran, and that gun was fucking awesome. I did so good in Black Ops 1. I kind of missed Black Ops 1 a lot because I was just like really fucking good at it, and I always used that gun or basically that or the Galil all the time. Maybe the AK. The AK was pretty good in that game too, but I would say definitely below the FAMAS and the Galil. Third on the list is going to be the AN-94 from Black Ops 2. This might be disputed. People might say like, oh, the FAMAS was better than this or something like that. Maybe even the MP7 from MW3 was better than this. But I believe the AN-94 from Black Ops 2 was honestly, it was so fucking good. That I would say 90% of the time I was playing that game, I was using that gun. I really didn't. I used some submachine guns every once in a while, like the PDW or something like that, which I actually like started to enjoy towards the end. But the freaking the A94 was just beast mode. Honestly, if you ran, I believe I ran 3 attachments for the thing, and I used a stock, a silencer, and a dual mag, and that gun fucking destroyed people. That was actually when I was still in a clan a little bit, and like me and my clan members would just fucking like go into a game and all just like could have map control, and I probably got quite a few nuclears. I would say like in that game I got a lot of nuclears. I would say like upwards of like 30 or something like that nuclears in that game, and I would say probably like 25 of them were with the A94. That gun was just so fucking good and mowed people. Until they nerfed the PW, that gun was beast too. But I don't think it's even up there, even close to the A94. Next is going to be probably the 2 best guns in Call of Duty history by far, and they're pretty interchangeable. Which one's better? We're gonna go back to World at War for this one, and obviously everyone will say it's going to be the MP40 with silencer and drum mag, which is like, if you think of like any like early Call of Duties and like the just beast guns, you think of immediately that, and probably going to be #1 on my list. And like this gun was just incredible. It had such mobility, and it literally just dropped people. Even with like Juggernaut in that game, it seemed like probably like 2 or 3 shots, which is like crazy. And like all you had to do was kind of fire in their general direction. And in the drum mag, you could just like keep like mowing people down like over and over and over again. It was honestly just fucking incredible to use. And I really don't have much else to say about it. And even with the silencer, like it didn't seem like the range was hurt. It had no recoil at all. It was like a fucking laser of death. And it was just honestly just incredible overall. And finally, the #1 gun, which is, I had the debate whether to put 2 guns from the same game on the list, because the UMP from MW2 was really freaking good. If I remember, if my memory is correct, or like if I have good memory, I believe that gun was Jesus Christ. I remember using that gun all the time, and I remember using like a silencer, and I don't even know if I used any other attachment for that. I think the silencer was all you needed, and it just destroyed people. I've got plenty of nukes with that gun, but I would say the best gun in Call of Duty history, I would say interchangeable with the MP40 from World at War, is the ACR from MW2. Holy shit! You know, you ran a freaking one-man army and a grenade launcher in that game, because everyone did it, and all you had to do was fucking camp and get a nuke, because all you had to do was get 7 kills and get a Harrier, laid that bitch down. It got 2 kills with the explosion of the Harriers, and then you just hid until it got another 2 kills, and then you had your chopper gunner, and then it was fucking over. Especially if it was on high rise. All I remember was on high rise, I would just fucking destroy people, because all you could do was hide in those 2 like spawn buildings, but people were always stupid and came out and stuff like that. And that one map with like, it was like a lot of grass, and there was like an no, I think Overgrown was in COD 4, but I don't know what the map, I think it was called Overgrown. I think there was 2 Overgrowns in Call of Duty, but the ACR in that game was, I said laser of death for the MP40 in World at War. This thing was like 5 times the laser-ish of death. It was so freaking good. Like, it literally uses, if you didn't even need a silencer all the time, but if you use a silencer and you just, like, all you do is shoot, and literally it had the least recoil of any gun in Call of Duty history. I don't understand how, because it was like literally, it did the most damage, but it also had the least recoil, and it was just like, it was even mobile and had a good hip fire. Everything about that fucking gun was amazing, and I dropped plenty of fucking nukes with that gun. Like, it's so easy to get a Harrier, basically. All you do is get 7 kill streak and you had a fucking nuke in that game. But all I remember was using the ACR in that game, and I believe that is the best gun in Call of Duty history. I was thinking about including some of the Advanced Warfare like elite weapons, but I decided they're not, because it's not really the base weapon that I'm like surprised about, because there's so many shitty versions of each weapon. Like the HBR itself, like the gun in the gameplay is like, there's so many shitty versions of this fucking gun. The normal one's pretty shitty just because of the fire rate, but the Insanity is pretty good. But I would believe that list is pretty solid. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, and this brought back some nostalgia, as it did for me, because once I started thinking about the guns, I started thinking about the games and all the good moments I had during the game, stuff like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, rating, subscribe to see more Call of Duty, and eventually Black Ops 3, baby. Have a good day, and goodbye.